not a day I ever thought would come again. But for the first time in 325 days, this is the Retro Smash Video Game Podcast, back from the dead.
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby. God, yeah, we are.
We're back. I can't say it. I'm Bender.
Yeah, I'm joined by Bender,
I'm John Dimash.
my new co-host Bender. We'll get to Bender here in a minute. It is good to be back. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I never thought I was gonna be sitting here in a chair doing this again. Right, Eric?
Oh, yes. I am Eric. Hello.
Oh, you don't look like Eric.
I got a haircut.
Oh, wow. Your haircut looks great.
Thanks.
Yes, it does. We're going to get to our new mystery co-host here
Who is he?
Oh, I don't know. Who is he? But I kind of feel like I kind of want to take a couple seconds to kind of clear the air about us being back. It is good to be back, and the old tagline says, wherever you are, wherever you may be listening, thank you so much for hanging out. But I think this time, it's worth saying, wherever you are, wherever you may be listening, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yep, there we go. There's the most melancholy thank you. Hey, that's the best thank you ever. So what the hell happened here?
You tell me. I'm new to this.
That's right. Yeah, not Eric. Bender, not Eric.
Hello.
Yeah. So a year ago, in one of our most recent podcast or two, which was about 325 days ago, it came to light that Eric was going to be running his own business here in our hometown. And he is not only running that business now, he's running an ice cream stand and he's running like a game center, which he is like taking over the town. Like, he's doing phenomenal for himself.
Was he sucking down chili dogs by Mr. Freeze?
He guys,
Chili Freeze.
You get your hands between Diane's knees. You know, just as long as you bobble. What the hell was that line? Bobble off them Bobby Blues. I'm sorry, Jack and Diane was the dumbest song ever. We need a lot less Jack and Diane, and we need more like Cherry Bomb or Check It Out. I'm sorry, I said what I said. There's the first hot take in about a year. Oh yeah, they're coming. But unfortunately, one of the casualties for him going to live his dream was our podcast. And it was an amicable thing. I wasn't angry. I wasn't like upset or anything. He just said, hey, listen, like, I really don't have time for this. And I completely understood, because I sacrificed the podcast so my best friend could go live his dream. And I have zero regrets about that. So I sat podcast list for the better half, I'm going to say the better half of about 10 and a half months. So the reason I say 10 and a half months is because, remember our good friends across the pond?
Victory Achieved?
Oh, yeah, them. Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah, those guys. The Victory Achieved podcast, our sister podcast, they were gracious enough. Do what?
It said shouts. Shouts out.
Oh, hell yeah, shout out. They were kind enough to ask me to sit in on their 50th episode about speedrunning, and just sitting behind the mic with like headphones on and just doing a kind of like a talking collaboration with friends. I'm like, what if I got this back up and running? What if we tried to do this again? You know what I mean? Like, what if I just like, you know what? Let me get all the podcasting equipment. I got an extra room downstairs in my basement. I guess I'll get rid of the sex dungeon and we'll make it a podcast room.
Is that why it smells down here?
Oh, wow. You're going to come straight at me like that? You've been my co-host for, hold on, how long have we fucking been? 4 minutes and 49 seconds, and you're going to come at me like that? Hell no. You're lucky you're union. Anyway, I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let's just try it. So I called two of my other best friends. I'm like, hey, y'all want to sit around, talk beer, drink beer, talk beer. Hey, we're going to talk beer. Yeah, you want to talk beer?
How about that new Mountain Dew, hard Mountain Dew? It's pretty good.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. Oh. Wait, hold on. One of us has to be Butthead. Nope. One of us has to be Beavis. Yeah. Perfect. We're off to a good start. So I'm like, who else can I find possibly to drink beer and talk video games, old school video games with? I found two of my other best friends, Ricky, who will be joining us on a later podcast, and the gentleman sitting across from me, the man, the myth, the legend, the man that always
Zips up.
That's right. I was gonna say the man that only he can prevent wildfires.
I do look like Smokey the Bear with a beard.
You do, but you did a shit job in Canada.
Oh, well, whoops.
Oh, whoops.
Hey, man, I'm just an American.
Oh, that is true.
I don't deal with them Canadians, I'll tell you what.
Shout out to our Canadian friends, by the way. we love our Canadian friends. He's Andy.
Safe. Hey, what's up?
He's Andy.
Howdy-ho.
Hey, yes, not Bender, not Eric. He is Andy.
Whoa.
Joining us from across town.
Yep.
Living
across town, about 1 minute away.
Yeah, exactly. And joining me here in the studio, which will be renamed. We'll get to that here later. So Ricky's going to be joining us at a later time. Andy, I'm going to ask you the like 7 most terrifying words anybody can hear. Tell us all.
Cummies.
Oh my god. God.
Moist is
7 minutes and 15 seconds. Good.
We're canceled.
Tell
Good
us all.
night, everybody.
Tell us. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Tell us all a little about yourself.
I've known Weldy for less than a decade, maybe a decade. I don't know. Time's weird.
Time is weird.
Who keeps track anymore? I'm an 80s kid, I guess. I don't know. So I got more retro gaming under my belt than these whippersnappers.
That is true. And it brings a whole new insight, which is cool, because I know Eric and I had talked a bunch of 90s gaming. Andy and Ricky are going to bring a lot more 80s gaming.
Ricky's not that old.
He's a little older than I am.
He's just gray.
Well, okay, all right, yeah. Our little silver fox. He's only a couple years older than I am. He's like a year?
Yeah.
Is he a year older than I am?
I believe so, 1 year.
Yeah, and you're like 2 years, right?
Sure. Yep. Sounds good. I'm 27, give or take.
27. Give or take. We'll round off, whatever. We neighborhood rule here at the Victory Achieved. See, I don't even remember the name of my own podcast anymore. That's how long it's been. And not to mention, this is an awesome segue, but I don't remember the name because we changed it.
Yes.
We made one minor change to the podcast name, so that's big change number 2 for those of you keeping score at home. I'm sorry, you didn't finish telling us about yourself.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't care. So, so the name of the podcast has officially had a small change to it. We are no longer the Retro Smashed Gaming Podcast. We are now known as the Retro Smashed Video Game Podcast.
Applause here.
I know. I feel like I need one of those like Wheel of Fortune like light up signs. They say applause and laugh and stare at Vanna. Well, I don't need a sign for that.
She's still hot for 60.
Damn straight.
That sounded sexist. Sorry.
Shout out Vanna White, who might be the new host of Wheel of Fortune.
Who knows?
Yeah, which we'll get to that here in a little bit. We're gonna get to we're gonna have a couple new segments at the end where we're gonna do a couple things like that. But yes, we are now known as the Retro Smashed Video Game Podcast. So if you have us preset, why?
Because they love us.
They do. Yeah, we actually have just broken, even if we haven't put anything out in over a year, we've just broken the 900 download mark.
Holy macaroni.
I know. And I think we were at like 700 when we stopped. So
Dang.
People were loyal enough
Still going.
Yeah, people were loyal enough to listen multiple times after we stopped. But now that we're back, we're going to hopefully get those numbers up.
Hitting at thousands.
Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah.
Those are rookie numbers.
Give me the cocaine. Wait, what?
This is the right room for that, though.
It's right there by the sex dungeon.
The Sex Dungeon Memorial Studios.
Yes.
We are changing it to Retro Smash Video Game Podcast. It's kind of a really smart idea. We want to be showing up on the Google homepage whenever somebody just randomly Googles video game podcast.
Did you?
Because some people are like, you know what, I'm going on a long road trip. I want to listen to a video game podcast.
Welcome.
And that is 3/5 of our name now. So it's a small change, but we feel like it's something that could really have an effect on our downloads. So other than our new hosts and our name, we are hoping to be putting out still bi-weekly podcasts.
Yep.
We're going to be doing it opposite of Victory Achieved, our sister podcast. Which, by the way, if you're not listening to them, A, why? Again. And B, just shut up and go do it. Because I said so.
Got him.
That is exactly right.
Got him.
That's right. So you never finished telling us about yourself. I told you I didn't. I told you I didn't care. But you know what?
There's not much left to describe.
But that was like 3 minutes ago. I really do care. Like, what kind of systems did you grow up playing, and what kind of games are you really into?
First system was the original NES with Duck Hunt.
Nice.
And then the Power Pad, got that too. And then you'd sit on the floor and cheat and smash your hands on the floor so you can run the track meet game faster.
Oh, you had the track and field game?
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
And there was some other Olympic game thing. I can't remember the name of it. Same thing. Just smash your hands on the pad, and that's how you ran.
So it was Dance Dance before Dance Dance was Dance Dance.
Yeah, yeah.
That's yep. Nice.
The original laser gun games, Duck Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know in Breath of the Wild and the new Tears of the Kingdom, when you shoot a duck, it does the animation for the Duck Hunt kill. The duck does a weird spin, like boo 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 boo. It doesn't make the noise, but it does the spin.
Oh, really?
Yep, I found that out yesterday. I was like, oh, whoa, that's cool.
Oh, I don't shoot animals in Breath of the Wild.
We gotta get that meat, baby.
I don't spend. I don't spend my time shooting. Actually, do I? It's been a while since I played Breath of the Wild. I do shoot some animals. I don't shoot poor ducks though. I don't shoot those poor duckies.
Yeah, get those chicken wings.
That's
even though they're ducks.
That's quackers.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, we're back, baby. Speaking of, we're back. Some of the things that didn't change with this.
Those the dad jokes.
Yeah, the dad jokes, the bad puns, the video game talk, and the games have returned. And speaking of, I've got a game for you right now. This is your initiation.
Oh.
This is your official initiation to this. All right, are you ready for your game?
Yep.
All right. Oh boy, the theme song. I gotta change it up because
the original is still good. Keep it the original.
We're gonna do the original.
Always the original.
Is it this or is it that? Andy has to choose. Oh, that feels so good.
Woohoo!
Wait, what?
Wahoo! What?
What?
I'm a going to wee. What?
There you go. I'm a wing. All right. Your category for today is looking for Zombrex.
Oh,
that
okay.
is not all. Oh, no.
Oh.
That is not all.
Big Dead Rising fan.
Oh, good. Well, then you're going to be right up there with this one. Because I'm going to give you a list of 7 items. You have to tell me if each of the items is either an item that is used or able to be combined into a new weapon
All right.
in Dead Rising 3,
Oh, okay.
or an item the Cat in the Hat was holding when he was balancing on the ball at the end of the book.
Okay. All right.
I told you it was going to be a very specific image. You gotta. I got 7 of them here. You gotta tell me which one's which. Are you ready?
Goldfish.
No spoilers.
Oh, okay.
No spoilers. Yeah, is that the only one you remember?
Yeah.
That's the only one you remember.
Is there a baseball bat in there, maybe? Or
Well, we're gonna find out.
All right.
Okay, I will tell you this. One of them is a both.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we have a dis or dat. One of them
One for.
is a both.
All right.
Are you ready?
Do I get half point if I get the answer correct still?
No.
Or do I have to answer both?
You have to answer both.
Dang, okay.
So, but there's only one both, so you don't have to worry about that. Are you ready?
All right.
Okay. Here we go. Number 1, a toy robot.
That's Dead Rising.
It is Dead Rising. Can be combined with chemicals to make an acid toy. Were you a big toy? I mean, you were a video game guy, but were you like a big toy robot fan? But I know that they were kind of
I had
popular.
a toy Godzilla that like shot fire bubble things.
What?
It'd shoot bubbles, but the mouth would light up like red, and then like
That's tight.
it'd make noise,
That's
and then
tight.
walk. It's pretty cool.
Dude, why the hell didn't they have that in the 90s?
It was like early 90s, late 80s, maybe.
Man, that's awesome. See, they had awesome toys in the 80s, but like in the 90s, we got like fucking Skip It.
Furby.
Skip It's and Furby.
Tickle Me Elmo.
Tickle me, Elmo. There you go. Oh, yeah, we're back, baby. We're back, baby. All right, so you won for one.
Alrighty.
Nice. Number 2, a rake.
Ooh, that's a weird one. I'm going to say Cat in the Hat.
That is a both.
Oh!
There's your both. That's one that the Cat in the Hat was balancing something on top of the rake that'll be coming up here later
right.
in the quiz. But it can also be combined with a battery to make an
Electric rake.
yes. because Capcom had awesome names for shit. So you are one for two.
Yep.
You got this. You got this. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Number 3, a fan.
I'm going to say Cat in the Hat also.
It is a cat in the hat. Yes, that was the item the cat in the hat was holding with his tail.
All right.
Number 4, a fish bowl.
That was definitely Cat in the Hat.
Yep, that's the one that was bouncing on top of the rake. So I kind of threw a couple to you. So you are 3 for 4 already. Nicely done.
Excellent.
Number 5, a pogo stick.
Cat in the Hat still?
No, Dead Rising 3 can be combined with a cardboard cut. It said, I don't know if this is right. It says be combined with a cardboard cutout to make a glove gun.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
A cardboard cutout yeah, okay. Like,
See, I don't know. Like, I took these straight from the Wikipedia source. And, oh, by the way, Andy, you're going to learn here at the Retro Smash Video Game Podcast, our main 100% ironclad source for everything
that's Wikipedia.
is Wikipedia.
Cheaters.
Yep. And the slogan is, if it's on Wikipedia, then
know
it
it's right.
has to be right.
If it's on the internet, it's true. Obviously.
Oh, no. Not if it's on the internet. If it's in Wikipedia, it has to be true.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln said so. Abraham. And he had a really big hat.
Oh, yes. He had the big old Cat in the Hat before. He's the OG Cat in the Hat.
The OG Cat in the Hat. I should have added that to my 3rd grade book report. I don't think I got... Did you ever do like a book report on a president?
I don't know.
I did. The only reports I remember doing were like I remember doing reports on like a state. I did a report on the state of Colorado, which was great because you had to cut at like the state out of paper. And I was the only one smart enough to make a square.
Good Lord.
It was the greatest thing ever.
I guess Lincoln. I did do Lincoln because he lived in Indiana. New little fact there.
He cannot tell a lie.
Yep, that was him.
I cannot tell a lie.
Oh,
I don't know why Abraham Lincoln turned into...
Nixon?
I was going to say turned into Nixon. Turned into...
I cannot tell a lie.
I was going to say turned into Harrison Ford in The Fugitive. Give me back my family. Give me back my family. Where were we?
The cardboard cutout.
Oh, cardboard
stick.
cut. Oh, yes. Oh, so you're 3 for 5. Okay. Number 6, a football.
That's Dead Rising.
That is Dead Rising, yes. Combined with dynamite to make the Hail Mary. Nicely done. You have won your very first game. Now let's go for the extra point. Number 7, a toy sailboat.
Cat in the Hat.
That is Cat in the Hat. Yes. Good work. You went 5 for 7.
Hey.
Congratulations.
That's a B+.
That passes around here. Remember, kids, B's get degrees.
Hey.
And C's. D's get degrees too, honestly, though.
These what?
Ooh. Got him. Okay, so you played a lot. You said you played a lot of Duck Hunt, or as we call it around here, Duck Hunt.
The what?
What? You play a lot with the Master Pad. Well, they're kind of games are you into? Like, what other retro games? Okay, wait, hold on. Let me ask you this question first. What do you consider a game to be in order to be retro?
I was going to bring that up, actually.
Too bad I did it instead.
Boo.
Oh, there's your ASMR for the day. Can't wait to hear what that sounds like in the recording.
Well, I don't know, because retro is a weird word, because I would almost consider, like, Halo retro, because that was, like, 97, and goddamn, was that forever ago? Or was that 97? I don't know. It was back in the day.
The OG Halo?
Yes, the original Xbox.
Oh.
The big old chunky boy. The
That
Duke.
was 01 or 02, I believe.
Okay, well, still, that's, like, old. that game could drink now. Just...
Exactly.
Or if not, has been stealing beers out of their dad's fridge.
Well,
Master Chief.
In theory, Halo 3, which came out in 2007, Halo 3 can legally drive a vehicle now.
See, that's where I'm like, where is the line of retro? I don't know. But when you say the word retro, I think of 8-bit, 16-bit, maybe 32-bit. But like in 64, like, is that retro?
I would say yeah.
And then they're talking PS1, PS2, maybe. But PS2 had a forever life.
The PS2 had a forever, yeah. I'm sorry to agree with you, like, more towards 90s games, but then I also want to be, like, on this podcast, like, I want to talk about, like, the Grand Theft Autos original,
yeah,
like
GTA 3.
Yeah, 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, and
yeah.
I want to talk about, like, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and stuff like that. But, yeah, I would say I guess my theory had always been, if it was old enough to drive a car or drink a beer, then I would consider it to be a retro game.
That's where I would put the line.
Because, I mean, if it's old enough to be okay, I'm going to tread lightly here, because I was going to say if it's old enough to be re-released, then it's retro.
Yeah, because then you got RE4 and what's that other one that just got released?
Skyrim.
Well, that's going to be forever re-released. That's
the joke. That's the joke I'm trying to make here. Skyrim's being remastered now and next year.
Yes,
and re-released.
We got Space Skyrim coming up here soon too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Can't wait for that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Retro's weird. I feel like the N64 era is on the cusp of the end of retro game.
Is it the end? So it's 64. Well, that means you gotta kind of throw the PS1 in there too.
Yeah, so the original Xbox, PS1, a little bit of PS2, 360. I think you're starting to get into the newer gaming, because then everything's not as blocky.
Right, because I mean, like the first time I ever played the original Gears of War. Like that's
where it started flipping over, and you're like, "Holy crap! Look at this graphics."
Yeah, that was real as fuck. But still, that's a game that was 05, 06. Like, that's a game that honestly can not drink a beer, but it can drive a car now.
Yeah.
But so, what systems did you own or do own?
I was a Nintendo kid.
You were a Nintendo kid too?
Yep, Nintendo, SNES, 64. Skipped the PS1, went to PS2, PS3, PS4, 360, the original Xbox. I went through 5 Xbox 360s, all of them red ringed.
5?
I was making money, so I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll just buy another one.
5?
Yeah, all 5 of them red ringed.
I still have the original 360 Elite I got when I worked at Kmart. That should age me. I got the one that I used with my Kmart employee discount.
The last thing I bought video game wise at Kmart was Breath of the Wild for the Wii U.
What?
Because they were closing down, and they were like, everything's whatever, 60% off. And I was like, well, I'm getting Breath of the Wild, boy. And I had a Wii U, so I bought the Wii U. And you can't ride bears in the Wii U one, just a heads up. It sucked.
The more you know, but you can shoot ducks.
Yeah, yeah.
And they do the animation.
Yes.
Those poor ducks. Those poor ducks. So let me ask you this. If you had to, I'm going to say, you're going to take all your consoles, okay? Mm-hmm. You're going to take all your consoles. You're going to go to a desert island, okay? All right. So you get a TV, electricity, and all of your consoles. But you get one game per console.
Oh, boy.
Okay? So these are just the consoles that you owned when you were younger.
All right.
So you said you had a SNES 64, then you went into the PlayStation route.
Yeah.
So each system, you get one game per system on your desert island. What do you? So we'll start with the SNES. Actually, no. I'm sorry.
Go full original Nintendo.
Yeah, we'll start with the NES.
I did play with the Atari a little bit too, but that was my cousin's.
Oh, hey, there we go. Let's go with the OG Atari.
Pong, I guess. I don't remember much of the Atari games. Original Nintendo.
The correct answer here is Pitfall. I'm sorry, you've been voted out of the podcast. Yeah.
Well, see you later. It was nice. Until next time, folks.
Nice 27 minutes. Great.
OG NES. Man. Well, I feel like I'd get more gameplay out of Tetris, but Dr. Mario was way fun, as was the original just Super Mario. So maybe one of those. Super Nintendo. Jeez. Super Mario World was fun. I didn't play Super Metroid till I was in my 30s.
Same.
That's because I got the mini SNES, and I was like, I've never played this game. I'm going to play it. So probably that, or the Legend of Zelda. That was a fun SNES game. Ooh. Boo. Well, he doesn't like Link or Zelda games.
No. That's okay. That's not true. Are you a big Zelda fan by chance?
Yeah, I've mentioned it like 4 times already, but yes.
Right. I know I'm being facetious here, but I'm not saying I don't like all, because I loved Breath of the Wild and I loved Minch Cap.
See, I know, so I never played any of the Game Boy games.
I'll come out and say it. I loved Minch Cap. That game was hysterically funny, and I loved it.
Like, I wanted to play there's a newer handheld one where you go from 3D to 2D. I don't remember that, but I didn't have that system. Whatever Game Boy.
Oh, was it Legends of Hyrule or something like that?
I have the slightest clue.
I don't even know. I'm just making content. It's been a year since I've done this. I'm just trying to throw game names out there. Okay, so
so that's SNES. N64. N64. I watched you play the stream the other day. I'm gonna still say Conkers. I had so much fun playing Conkers, and I was disappointed you didn't even get to the Great Mighty Pooh.
We'll talk about Conkers. We'll talk about Conkers on a later episode. I might have to go back and revisit that when I'm not streaming it, and I think I might have a different appreciation for it. So you got your Conkers and your 64. So PS1.
Oh man, Tony Hawk, OG, the original Tony Hawk. You can just give me the Pizza Hut demo disc, and I'll be happy with that. That's how much I played that demo disc. Or
really,
Worms aren't Armageddon was the other one I played a lot of. Or no, that was Dreamcast. I forgot I had a Dreamcast too.
Oh, you were a Dreamcast kid.
I did have the Dreamcast, and the Crazy Taxi and the Tony Hawk 3, I think it was at the time. I don't remember what else I had for the Dreamcast. I just remember a lot of Crazy Taxi. It's Crazy Taxi.
Ooh, there you go.
With Pizza Hut and KFC.
Nice. You see kids back in the day, they threw demo discs at you to try to get you to buy their games, and it worked mostly. It worked with me for Tomba.
Oh, jeez.
It worked with me for Tomba. I played the demo disc for the original Tomba game until I think I wore it out. That and I think it was Tekken 2, I think was the one on the same demo disc. That was the first time I ever popped off. My dad and I were playing, and I beat him at Tekken, and I basically got in his face.
Damn!
I was yelling and screaming. I was 7 or 8. I was 7 or 8, and I won.
Stomp you in the face.
Yeah,
Donkey Kong punch you in the head.
He never played with me again. I got yelled at and grounded, and he never played with me again. I never actually, fun fact, not to stop your role, but my dad playing video games with me, I never knew he was a gamer until I was going through some of my old video game stuff, and I had a booklet for NASCAR in '99, and I opened the booklet, and he had 2 whole pages of notes.
What, dang?
Yeah, he had gear ratios.
What, dang?
Yeah, he had gear ratios. He had how soft he wanted his shocks to be. He wanted air pressure adjustments. It was crazy. It was looking into the... It was looking into the Zodiac Killer's manifest. I'm what the hell is this?
The only way to play that game was to go backwards and crash into everybody.
I did that. I used to do that
You're
too.
playing the game wrong.
No. I used to do that, And my mom told me when I was really young, because I used to do that, she used to tell me that if I did that, I would scratch the disc.
What?
And to this day, I still kind of believe that. I still kind of believe that a little bit. Like, every time I get, like, I haven't got a new NASCAR game in, like, 4 or 5 years.
Well, I'm assuming they still make them.
Yeah, like, they still make the NASCAR Heat series. But every time I stopped to go backwards, I'm like, no. Like, there's that littlest part of me that's just like, you'll scratch the disc. And I'm like, I don't want to scratch the disc. Okay, so you got your N64, you had your PS1, PS2.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
Ooh, very good answer.
I don't remember if 4 was on there or not.
I don't think so.
I think that's PS2.
No, 4 was on the
Or 3.
the 360. It was on the 360, but I think it was on the PS. Well, that was 2000. Grand Theft Auto 4 was 2007.
I don't know. I just remember playing a lot of GTA. I'm ready for that new GTA also.
Dude, we'll still be talking about that.
Big Rockstar game.
Yeah, 5 years from now, when we're still doing this podcast, we'll still be talking about someday the GTA 6 will come out.
Yeah,
I'm
I
really
played the original GTA's, like the original before they were Rockstar, whatever their name was. I can't remember the original 1, 2, and the London stories.
Oh, see, they had the original one on the PlayStation Mini, but I think but that's the earliest one I had played. I didn't play 2 or London Stories, and then I hopped into 3 and I played that. I think I 100%ed 3.
I remember watching you play that as well.
That was I 100%ed it when I was 11 and shouldn't have been playing that game.
I'm not in the strip club, Mom.
No, you couldn't get to a strip club when you were in 3. You couldn't get to the strip club until you were.
You could just pick up hookers.
Yeah, I just picked up hookers. I'm just this little.
I don't know what they're doing in there.
Little weldy. Just what are you doing with that hooker? I'm just trying to get extra health, Mom. I'm trying to get extra health so I can shoot the triads.
Triads are coming first.
Oh God! Shout
out to the triads.
Yeah, just in case. Shout out to the triads. We're going to cover all of our bases today. Okay, so we'll venture a little bit further. I know you said you don't consider it retro, but PS3.
Ooh, that's a odd one. Red Dead Redemption. It's got to be up there. I don't recall if that was on the 3. I'm pretty sure it was with Undead Nightmare. Trying to remember other good PS3 games. Metal Gear series, all those were fun. I don't know. I can't recall too many other PlayStation 3 games.
No, that's cool. I mean, Metal Gear by itself and Red Dead Redemption is 1,000% worth the price of admission for that one.
So many dumb games I played.
What are some dumb games you've played? Because I can go through some dumb
Mr.
games
Mosquito,
that I've played.
that's a pretty dumb game. Katamari Damacy, whatever that game's called.
Oh, the one where you roll as a giant ball?
Yes. That was always dumb and fun. No, that was 360. The Simpsons game, that was fun.
Oh, wait, which one? Wrestling or Hit and Run?
No, this is called The Simpsons, the game.
Oh.
Where you run around Springfield and then it turns into like an RPG, then it turns into like weird thing, you meet God, and
whoa.
It was fucking weird.
Whoa, good night.
But Hit and Run was fun too, as well as the other one. The bowling one sucked, so did the wrestling game.
Yeah, the wrestling one was cheeks. I wasn't a big fan of that one.
Gotta be Ned.
I was gonna say that was the one rule. You can't play as Flanders. It's not fair. It's like you can't play as Odd Job and you can't play as Flanders. Wait, what was the one in Super Smash you can't? Oh, you can't play as Kirby.
Oh, what? Kirby's whatever. I smashed the hell out of Kirby. That sounds weird.
Whoa. Well, yeah.
He likes to swallow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you are gonna fit in. You are gonna fit in just nicely. You know this, correct? You are gonna fit in just nicely here. So what are some of the old school worst games or like worst moments? And by worst moments, I mean like you were all hyped up to buy or rent a game back when rental games were great.
So if you want to go old school. A Boy and His Blob, that's the name of it. That game was confusing as hell. That was an old Nintendo game, where you would feed the blob. It was based on the movie, I guess. I don't know. You'd feed it jelly beans, and each jelly bean would do something different, but you didn't know what the jelly bean was, so you fed it. So like the blob would turn into a ladder or turn into a trampoline or something else. But then you'd only had so many jelly beans. So if you didn't use the right jelly bean, you're just
you're
stuck.
screwed?
Yes. The original Bart versus what was that called? The aliens, whatever that was called.
That wasn't Bart's, no.
No, not Bart's Nightmare.
I think it was just Bart versus the aliens.
No, it had a different weird name. That one also, I never got past that first level. Ever. Because you had to like find all the correct aliens and kill them, stomp on them. I don't remember.
Quick to the internet that I don't have up here on the laptop right now. Hold on. I was going to look that up.
Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Space Mutants.
There
Yes, there it was.
That's close.
We found it. There. We'll edit that back in. 3, 2, 1. Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Yes. We didn't edit this.
We totally didn't edit us out trying to find it for like 2 minutes and opening another can of Coke.
Yes, that game was dumb confusing. Like, I didn't understand. I don't know, whatever. And then I played it later when I was older. I was like, okay, I kind of understand what I'm doing, but this still was stupid. Yonoid.
Oh, God.
God.
I'm so
and then
sorry.
you get to the point where there's an ice level and you're just like sliding off of everything. And your stupid yo-yo. Ugh, I hate that game.
Is it worse than Home Improvement Power Tool Pursuit?
It is on par
Oh.
with that game.
Okay. So we'll ask you this. So you got the Blob, you got Yonoid. So you have those two. I forget what was the other one you just said. What's your Mount Rushmore of bad video games?
Jeez.
Man. You already have 2.
Yeah, but that's just the Nintendo.
Oh. Oh, you're going bad by system. Oh, I gotcha.
I mean, there's a ton of bad games. I was just thinking of games I rented, and I was like so disappointed and sad that I rented this game, and I was like, this sucks. There's a bunch of weird Nintendo games that I really love that no one knows about. Like Snow Brothers is a really fun game.
Snow Brothers?
Snow Brothers. You are 2 brothers who are snowmen, essentially, and you shoot snow out of your hands, and it's kind of like Bubble Bobble, but it's snow. And then you turn the creatures into snowballs, and you push them down the hill, and they like kill other creatures. And then once all the creatures are gone, then you go up to the next level.
What?
Yes.
I'm totally intrigued. Why have I never heard of this?
It was a Nintendo game. It's like one of my favorite Nintendo games. My brother and I played it all the time.
Wow.
There was another weird Nintendo game, Base Wars or something like that, where you're robots, but it's a baseball game, and you can change your legs. So you can have like regular legs, or you can have like tread like legs, or like hover legs, and then you could also shoot like cannons, or you can do other things. So if like you had the cannon arm, you can throw the ball faster to the bases, and especially if you're the pitcher, obviously, like you can shoot the ball faster. But then you'd have like,
What was the name of this game again?
it's called like Robo Wars or Base Wars or something weird.
Oh, because I remember they had something like that. Like it was like Super Baseball 2000 or Super Baseball 3000. It's something like the same concept.
It might have, but you can name the robots too.
Oh,
Which is interesting. And then, like I said, yeah, you can change their legs and then their powers, and then you can like shoot each other. So like, if you made it to the base and you're like, nope, I just shot you to death. You didn't make it here.
Dang.
Yeah, that was a weird NES game too.
How would you score that in a baseball scorebook? Like that's not a ground out. That's not a fly out. That's just straight death.
Well, you'd come back after the next inning, but
Oh, you gotta be put back together. Oh, it's
Yeah.
over the robots. That's right. You gotta
Yep.
be put back together. We're not shooting at. Yeah.
man, I can't remember the name of that game. It was a weird game.
You still haven't mentioned Power Tool Pursuit. I think that should be on everybody's Mount Rushmore. That and Ghoul Patrol should be on everybody's Mount Rushmore of bad
that's
games.
your 2 of the bads. Man, I'm trying to think of other crappy games. I try not to have a bad attitude about games.
And that's good. That's good to have here because I can have a bad attitude for the both of us. I already pissed you off about the Zelda series, so I'll have a
yeah.
bad attitude for the both of us. So it sounds like you're more of like a just an all around. Like you don't exactly gravitate towards like one genre of games. Like you're not really like a platformer or RPG or sports or.
I like open world games where you can just do whatever you want to do, like Grand Theft Auto or the newer Zeldas. Puzzle games. I like puzzle games.
Oh, you're one of them.
I'm a nerd.
Nerd.
Well, I mean, like, Metroid is kind of a puzzle game. You got to get this to get that kind of situation, and you got to figure out where to go.
Right.
I don't know. Action adventure, definitely. Beat 'em ups, those are always fun. I do want to talk about... See, so that's where the retro thing comes in again. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the arcade game, is kick-ass, but it's not technically retro, but it pulls from, like, Streets of Rage and stuff. There's, like, Streets of Rage, like, Easter eggs in there, too.
So it can be considered classically retro.
Yes.
There we go.
So I'd like to talk about those kind of games as well.
Or I'm sorry, not classically retro. What's the phrase we use? It was a name we used for
Celeste.
Yeah, like Celeste or Infernax or The Messenger, like games that were made to be 16-bit, but they were only made like a year or two ago.
Yeah. Which I think we could talk about those as well if need be, because it has that retro feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Like we loved playing Bloodstained. Like Eric and I loved playing the Bloodstained series. I'm all about those kind of indie games. So I mean, I would consider that to be a retroly inspired game. So I would consider that in the realm. Yeah.
Few N64 games, and just like Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. It was one of the worst games in my opinion.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
I hated the Turok series.
That's
so
a very
garbage.
cult. It's got a very cult following to it.
I did not get into it. I could not get into it. I tried, and then I came back to it later when everyone was like, "Ooh, that game's awesome." Nope, sorry.
How many Turoks did they end up coming out with?
I'm going to say about 3.
I was going to say it was about 3, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any like newer games I want to give some crap to. I don't know. I'm not into sports games either. I can be in the mood for like a racing game or like a sports arcade game, like NFL Blitz or NBA Jam. But
that tracks. That totally counts.
Yeah. Oh, I got a good one for you. Beetle Adventure Racing for the N64.
Beetle. Oh, you as somebody who drives a Beetle, that would seem like that would be a very...
That's why I ended up buying a Beetle, because I was like, I like this game. And you just race a Beetle, but you drive through things and break the walls and such. What's another wrestling games? If you want to call it sports games, I haven't played any of the newer wrestling games, but like, man, I can't remember the last wrestling game I actually played. To be honest, what was that arcade one that had a bunch of old school wrestlers in it?
Like that wasn't That wasn't like WrestleMania. The one with Undertaker and Doink the Clown and
that one too. That
Shawn
the
Michaels
one. That was WWF Arcade, I think.
Oh, that was just the arcade game.
Yeah, but there's a newer one where you're like Macho Man and you jump off the top rope and you're doing like quadruple flips in the air, then you land on the person.
Oh, it's not like Legends of the Ring or something like that, is it?
Something along those lines. That was really fun. But again, is that retro? It's about 10 years ago.
So you're not like a sports simulator fan, but if it's like an arcade version, like you would like the MLB Slugfest and stuff like
something
that.
like that. Yep.
Yeah, because I was talking on stream the other day about the NFL Blitz. Yeah, the Bigs is a good one. That's a good example. That was on the Wii, which I mean we talk about the Wii a little bit, so I don't know if that's considered. It's older, but it's not probably not retro. Yeah. I mean, it's still got a couple years before it's, I don't know, 2007? Yeah.
Yeah.
Be 16 years old. So, yeah. But, yeah, we were talking about playing NFL Blitz at the arcade here in our hometown at the bowling alley. Oh. And that was the first time I'd ever seen any kind of capability of being able to plug in like an N64 memory card. Yep. That blew my mind.
You can take your memory card to the Best Buy and download your Pokemon.
Oh,
and Pokemon Snap too. Yep.
I never knew that.
The weird Best Buy, like there's like 15 monitors, but they made it to one giant screen, and they just playing whatever dumb video game on the giant screens.
And it was amazing when we were younger.
I wish, Walmart still kind of does that, but it's like tiny TV for your like whatever video games. I can't remember the new Nintendo Switch.
Here's whippersnappers in your Nintendo Switch. When I was your age, the only switch we had is when we switched from the gun to the power pad. And then we only did that when we had to. No, that's awesome. Well, it is great to have you aboard. I feel like I'm kind of giving you like a job interview.
Yes. Am I hired, boss?
I think you're hired.
Yes.
Just one question, and I asked you this before the episode started. I had posted this in somebody's Discord, and I'll ask you, and I really want your true answer. It's like you're a burglar, but you're a burglar, but you only steal things that'll slightly inconvenience people. Like, what is the one thing you're taking from somebody's house just to slightly inconvenience them?
Well, I said toilet paper earlier, which is suck. But you can use a sock or something, I guess.
I guess that is true. I could use my shorts like I did on the way home from German Fest. That's not that's always available. Just get that out there. Like I haven't told that story on Twitch. If you want to hear stories like that, join me at twitch.tv/weldytime.
A lot of poop stories on that channel.
A lot of poop stories.
If it's not Weldy, it's his son. Takes after his dad.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And don't you forget it.
Oven rack is the one you mentioned earlier, too. I think I like that one.
I think I saw somebody had put all of the paper on the outside of the soup can. That's diabolical. That was a good one. I had thrown out one leg off of the corner of every couch. So not chair because it's obvious, but you want it to be a couch because it's less obvious. It's like a ticking time bomb. Like as soon as they sit down, they're gonna like flop forward off the couch, and then you can't buy a leg for it. So I mean, you can't you got to buy a whole new couch, or you can put like old books or stuff.
Yeah,
you can download our 27 or 28 episodes onto CDs and burn them onto CDs. And just use that to stack up the leg of your couch.
What's a CD?
What's it? Yeah. How do you burn it? I saw that. Somebody's like, how do you burn a CD? And like, I think that same day my AARP envelope came in the mail. Oh, that is awesome. So we're gonna find a new way. We have a new tradition now. We're gonna end every episode. Well, first off, Andy, is there any other thing you wanted to say
yes.
as our new co-host? I'm all ears before we go to the ending part.
I would like to have, well, not viewers obviously, but listeners send emails. I think we should read some emails.
Yes, we're gonna boot that one up. Let's do that.
So send your emails to retrosmashed@gmail.com. I'm double checking that just in case. Give me 1 second.
I think that sounds right. Either that or we're gonna
retrosmashed@gmail.com.
Yes, or you can tweet us at our Twitter page. Is it retro_smashed? Your eyes just I put you on the spot. Your eyes got huge.
Retro_smashed is the Twitter handle.
That's right. Oh boy. And then your personal Twitter handle
is the Andy Abides. If you want to follow me for political bullshit.
Hey, wonderful. And your Twitch page, because you are also a streamer.
When I get a check in a second, my Twitch page is I once had a MySpace because that's how old I am.
Yes, and if you didn't have a MySpace, you need. Is MySpace still like? Can I still get a MySpace page by chance?
Is Tom giving you some friend requests?
I don't know. Hey, you know what? When the world wasn't there for me, Tom was.
Lord,
you know what? I don't care.
Does he stay in your top 8?
Of course he stayed in my top 8. He's my boy. And I had like 2 friends. One of them was, I know now it was a scam. And then I had Tom.
Some porn bot lady. Hey, sexy.
Those are, yeah.
I'm in your area.
Exactly. What was, somebody made the joke about, cougars are like, they're dangerous, but they're not hard to find. And I'm like, no, I get emails every day saying that cougars are in my area looking for me.
God.
All right. New tradition, happy time. Yay. Happy time as our subtle nod to pardon the interruption. We're going to end the podcast with some happy time. So happy time, people. Happy 25th anniversary Banjo-Kazooie. The OG Banjo-Kazooie released June 29th, 1998. Now, you said you're a Conkers fan.
So I never played Banjo-Kazooie, though. I did play the Donkey Kongs and other rare games like GoldenEye. Viva Pinata was really fun, but I never did play Banjo-Kazooie.
There's calls for people to remaster that game. like, I don't know if that's one you want to remaster. I saw they re-released GoldenEye
Yep.
recently through the 1 year that we'd been away from the podcast. They had re-released GoldenEye for the Switch N64 like online expansion, and boy,
Was the controls jank?
it was weird.
That's the problem with the 64 games, because they got that weird alien handle section going. So any game you play, like unless you have an N64 controller, it's like, what am I doing?
That's true. Like I tried to use the actual like I couldn't use like an actual standard controller. I had to use the 2 joysticks, and even then I was just like, how do I do this?
They didn't switch it to like Call of Duty controls.
You see, I think that's where I went wrong. Like I should have done something like that, but I don't think I did. And it's funny you mentioned this other game earlier in the podcast. Happy 35th birthday to Tetris. Oof. Released on this date that we're recording this, June 14th. Released on this day, 1988. If I was to start a blank game of Tetris on level 10 for you, how long do you think you would last? Like seconds and minutes wise?
I don't know. A while? Half hour?
A half hour on level 10?
I don't know. It's been a while. I've played Tetris in 35 years, apparently.
I played that Tetris once. There was too many blocks. There's too much counting.
Yes.
They also moved that to the Game Boy expansion pack, and they moved the Game Boy expansion pack onto the Switch expansion pack.
I did hear was it Tetris 99 they might be taking off of the Switch?
Yeah, I saw that. So, you know what? Let's do that. We'll do a happy trails. Yes. I was looking for a happy trails. Happy Trails Tetris 99. Yes, the newly for the past 3 to 4 years acclaimed multiplayer classic, now going to be pulled from the multiverse.
The Spider-Man.
Just at the snap of a finger, just pulled from the. I don't know. I don't know. It's like I told Spanky. I was like, shout out to Victory Achieved again. I told Spanky, I'm like, I don't do the whole Marvel DC universe.
Well, you missed 2 movies and you're like, well, I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah, exactly. Like I could be like, wow, I really like the Avengers Age of Ultron, and they're like, well, you can't watch Age of Ultron until you watch this movie. And I thought it was very cinematically inferior to the first the first Avengers movie, which was and I'm just like, listen, I just watched Beavis and Butthead try to get honey from a wasp nest. Like I don't care. I don't care right now. Like I'm just here for the lulz, all right, and that's why I don't watch those. But those guys at Victory Achieved, they do the anime, they do the superhero movies, they do all kinds of movies and TV shows like that.
Netflix,
yeah, Netflix. So they do all that kind of stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, listen to them. We'll touch on it a little bit, and I know you watch those movies.
I've seen them all. I also collect Legos, so I got a lot of Marvel Legos.
Shazam. Okay, so you just filled the void on that one. Okay, great.
I don't collect DC. No Shazam for me, please.
No. See. What was it? The drug eagle that was like, say no to drugs, say no to Shazam. What was the name of that? It wasn't Eddie. It was Eddie Eagle because it was named after Eddie the Eagle, right?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know my DC. I know Batman.
I know my Batman. All right. Well, we've officially been recording for 1 hour now. I don't know if the episode's going to be an hour long, but do you have any final words for us, my friend?
Nope. I'm glad whoever stuck around. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Yes, that makes 2 of us. Thank you guys so much for coming back, and you guys, we'll catch you next time.
Toodaloo.
Bye.